Let me see what the connection like now. I had to get back right here to see what's going on for a moment. Okay, yeah, I'm back. Let's see what the connection like this time. I had to reconnect. I had to go and reconnect.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Gotcha.
AllahKing Wize, my life as a 5%er, a 36 shame disciple. Yeah, I said that. Peace to the gods. Major bank mentality. Major bank mentality. I had $1 billion business while in prison. Sitting up in. Yeah, I had to reconnect on here. Technical difficulties before. But you know, I'm live over here streaming on FB as well. But yo, you know, before I really get into what I want to get into, I'm gonna give a salute out to my man, you know, Napoleon. He just dropped this single Smile. Y'all should go check that out. Yeah, y'all should check that out. I'm just gonna go, man. You know, a lot of times it's just like different things that we see, different type of technical difficulties. You know, I don't know. You gonna ask me, is it on the reels also? I don't know. It's what on the reels? Oh, I don't know if it's on the reels though. I know it was on. I think it was on like Spotify. I think it's on Spotify. I don't know if it's on the reels or not. I didn't check. He just dropped it like the other day. You know, and you know, I did the knowledge tour. You know, the brother coming with his, you know, his angle of how he see, you know, things need to be expressed. You know, that's my man right there. He came from a lot of different trials and tribulations himself. And you know, one day maybe he'll let the world know his story, as I let the world know my story through my life as a 5%er. Now I talk about how I met my man Napoleon in here, and you know, different things that we went through over the years, and how, you know, he connected me to the Wu-Tang family, the hip hop family. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing that went down back in the 90s. You know, so I got linked with the God back in the 90s. And again, I'm not going to really elaborate too much over here because why? You got to get the book. If you want to get the full story of how I got connected to Wu-Tang affiliates and how I got connected, then get the book. And you get the book, HTTPS, majorbankmentality.company.site. So you can order the book from, or you can DM me on Facebook, DM me, message me on Instagram, or catch me on the YouTube right here live, on my YouTube channel, AllahKing Wize, for the book. The book is a life jewel. Me and my right-hand man, Born Reality, we was up at Show Improve Weekend, and it was, it's like a high demand. A lot of people purchasing the book. And some people like read the book and might want to focus on the negative side. And they might be overlooking the positive stuff. There's a lot of positive things in here. I'm going to read some of the things in here. Just give you a little small part. Some of this stuff in here, especially in the back, right? Because I got a re-entry initiative in the back. And I just heard some crazy news, man, as far as in Virginia, in Victory of Law, where they like changing the law for the brothers who were supposed to be getting out, the brothers and the sisters who were supposed to be getting out due to, earning good time credits. They was able to get more good time credits earned. And now I'm hearing that this new governor, Youngkin, then went and threw some type of trickery in the whole situation where they're saying now they're not letting the people go who were scheduled to be released under the law that was passed, time ago before he came into office. That's another reason why my book is so important, man, because a lot of times we don't be understanding, the tricks that's being used against us as Black people here in America. The different type of tricks that trap us off many different ways. There's so many different ways we get trapped off that it's almost overwhelming to the mind of those who don't have the true knowledge of themselves. It's not even almost overwhelming to the mind. It is overwhelming to the mind of those who do not have the true knowledge of self. So in my book right at the end, I have a questionnaire. It's called a life questionnaire. So it's actually saying like, there's really no right or wrong way to answer these questions. It's just an opportunity to explore the different outlooks on life and crime, love and relationships. So I asked the questions, what do you like about this memoir? What didn't you like about this memoir? What could have been done to make it better? Was Wize dealing with peer pressure in any form? If so, how? Then I got, question number 10. How important is education to you? It's 13 questions in here. It's a questionnaire, basically. What do you think about the 5% culture? Question 13. What do you think about family and loyalty? So in the back further, I got what you call the re-entry initiative. And it goes a little portion of it says, crime pays until you got to pay for crime. The price for crime can be priceless. There is no amount of money that you can put on your freedom. When you were locked up, you lose your freedom to move as you please. Somebody is telling you when to, how to, not to. They say time is money. That is not literally a fact in the true sense of time and money. When you have a certain amount of money and you spend it, you always can make that same amount back and even more. With time, it's not the case. You will never be 1 year old again. You will never be able to get back the time when you were 16. Therefore, time is not money. It does take time to make money. In that sense, time can equate to money. Most people get paid by the amount of time that they put into a project. In some cases, people get paid by the hour. When it comes to crime, it's about an illegal activity that the government has identified. When you break the law, you commit a crime. And then I go into some like scientific type of things why, you know, it's like the question I propose, is there a difference in the brain operation of races? In particular, is there a distinction in the brain operation of Black people from other races of people? And then in particular, is there a distinction in the brain of Black people in America? Going one step further, would you say that the Black male brain has a distinction from the Black female? I see Righteous Revealer on here. Peace. So yeah, I'm gonna take a sidebar. I see Righteous Revealer just popped up over here. And just to give a little small history with me and Revealer, I gave him the name Revealer. As he went on his travels, you know, he put the name Righteous Revealer there. And so this is a Caucasian 5%er right here, a Caucasian white man. You know, he was with me on different places, but it was at Guardsville, you know, where he took that step and became a part of the 5% Nation of Gods and Earths and started traveling with the gods. And, you know, when he first started traveling amongst the gods, you know, it's a funny story. I'm going to tell a little small story. Like one day we was holding this cipher. So it was a cipher coming up. I can't remember exactly what this cipher was about. So it's mad guards there. It's maybe like 30 guards there. And we on like at the fence at Greensville, which we call Godsville in Victory Allah. So, you know, guards is building. And all of a sudden they look and they see Revealer right there. Like, yo, who is this Caucasian right here? Now, some brothers knew that, you know, I had began to educate, you know, this brother right here. And then, you know, some didn't. So they was like, yo, who is this? And, you know, the guards can be very, very aggressive. You get what I'm saying? Like, yo, so that was like, it was funny to me when I seen that, because it was like, yo, but it was a serious situation still. But nevertheless, he's still been striving. This was years ago. This is probably like 2009. Yeah, 2010, 2009, 2010, more like 2010. And so some of my history at Guardsville is in here. My life as a 5%er. I tell you, it's a life jewel. It's full of different stories and different things that took place in my life. And, you know, but even further, the part I was just reading about the brain operation, because, you know, I'm in college for consumer behavior psychology. And, you know, the things they teaching us about it that we learning, it's like things I already knew, but I'm going through this process so I can get the certification to be able to utilize in the economic world on a different level, even though I'm an entrepreneur. But certain credentials still give you better ways to negotiate and when you're doing business. And so I'm taking the time to get this degree. And I'll probably take it further, you know, as far as you can go on a scholastic level, because I eventually want to write my own science of the mind and brain operation. You know, you get a PhD, you can enter into certain you're able to write your own version of how you see the subject matter. But as the God, I already have a version of how I see the subject matter. Because, yo, they teaching me about Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, and I know they got their knowledge from Kemet, ancient Egypt. They went and studied in the original lands. But they don't talk nothing about that. In my college courses, nowhere do they talk about that. When I'm online, like when we be having like live chats with the professors and all of that, they never bring that up. But going back to the part I was reading about the brain, at the last part I said, going one step further, would you say that the Black male brain has a distinction from the Black female? The reason that I ask these questions is because the root of the thinking process is the brain. The brain is composed of two hemispheres, the left and the right. In ancient times in the East, in the cultural schools of Egypt, these hemispheres were identified. The entire order of the society was constructed upon the premise of duality. I do not mean to get too complex with this, but we are faced with a very serious problem within the Black community when it comes to the Black male. Think about this for a moment. when you look at the content of hip hop, you can see a degree of self-hatred. A lot of black male rappers make songs that emphasize the murder of other black men. You do not see this in any other culture of music in America besides hip hop. I am a product of hip hop, and I have written songs with the same content. So, I understand where it's all coming from. As an art form, I surely understand this. Somewhere in the evolution of hip hop, this factor arose with the advocating of black on black crime, specifically homicide. In the ancient culture of martial arts, the episode of the battle is seen. It is an honorable thing. In some cases, the battle is to the death. So, they make it like sometimes like we have this situation as black people in America, like, black people kill each other and this is, but in certain points in history, in certain cultures, like battles to the death were looked at as an art form, like in martial arts, in China or in Japan, especially like with the samurais. The samurais, they battled to the death. Like, and people would go seek out warriors like, I heard about him. I want to challenge him to a duel. And check it out. Even in the United States, at one time, a duel was a part of the legal standard of how you can handle a conflict. Let me say that again. In the United States of America, the duel, when I'm saying the duel, two people standing off, right? This individual got a gun, that individual got a gun. They stood off, and the fastest one who could pull the trigger, you get what I'm saying? That was a part of the legal standard in the United States of America on how to handle a conflict. Yeah. A duel. And then even into what they talk about, the Wild West, a shootout in a duel, like, that was legal. And that was white people killing white people. And then when you had the samurais in Japan, there was Japanese people killing Japanese people. And in China, when you had the battles taking place, where the, different warriors would engage, these were Chinese people killing Chinese people. But the thing of it is, they evolved, though. They evolved, right? They evolved. But again, it was looked at as being a cultural thing of certain honor. It was like this honor thing. Even like, in the Wild West, like, don't shoot him in the back. You know what I'm saying? They take 10 spaces, boom, turn around and shoot. Who the fastest on the draw? Go watch a cowboy movie. You see it all day. Fastest one on the draw. Call them gunslinger. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers go around and say, they gunslingers. Got a notch. How many people you kill? That was looked at as being an honorable thing in the culture of the United States. So, we want to know where we got it from, the shit that we doing. But another aspect of it is, it's like, we're like, you know what I mean? We rap about it, and we turn into like this cultural honorable thing. He's a killer. We're like, he's a killer. And this is the part that throw me off right here, though. I gotta say this part. This would throw me off. Somebody might say, hey, he a killer. That dude, man, he a killer. He killed such and such, or he got bodies, or whatever, right? And when I hear shit like that, I'm like, so fucking what? Like, what the fuck is you saying? Like, he's a killer. I mean, like, you making it like it's something that, that shit is a part of the world, how the world goes. He's not special. You making him like he's now, he got something going on within himself or whatever. But they make it like, you supposed to be, basically I'm saying, because they saying that means you're supposed to be afraid of that person. Some type of fear is supposed to come across you because they say, he's a killer. He can't do no more, less or more what the fuck you can do if you choose to do it. Because it's all about the choice you make in your mind to say, yeah, I'm willing to go to this extent over a situation. But check this dynamics out. The United States, right? of America, you know, our government, where they can take an individual. He could be 17. He graduated out of high school. And he said, yo, I want to join the United States military. He go into the United States military, right? And he go into the United States military, never shot a gun before in his whole life, let alone killed somebody. But this young, I'm gonna use a Caucasian, this young white boy, this is white, he didn't grow up in the hood where the guns was popping off and all that, gunshots everywhere, right? He go into the United States military, no matter which branch, whether it's like, yo, the Marines, the Army, okay. They give him a gun, boom, M16, here you go. And they teach him to marry this gun. Like, you're gonna, this tool right here, this instrument, you're gonna marry this instrument. This instrument is like, yo, you're everything. They take this 17, 18-year-old, 19-year-old boy, take him through some training, right? And they turn him into a professional killer. And they say, yo, it's a soldier. He's a professional killer by the United States. He's sanctioned, certified, trained by the United States government to be a professional killer of whoever is being like determined to be an enemy of the United States. He can't question when the order is given. He's in a chain of command system, right? Captain, lieutenant, private soldier. And he's in a certain type of hierarchy, certain type of chain of command, that when the order is given for him to go out and kill, that's his job. He getting paid to do that. He's not in the military for free. He's in the military because that's a career move that he's looking at. Oh, I'm going to go join the United States military. I can get this amount of money, you know, when I can go through this and I can go through that and I can have this type of credit built up. I can have this. But yo, you still in the profession of killing. Not saying everybody that go into the United States military actually go and see action where they actually kill someone. But the bottom line is, if the call is made, right, and you are inside active duty, yo, you gotta go with your tool they gave you, that M16, and they go up to different things they got. Yo, you're gonna put that work in and you're gonna go kill. And yo, check it out. Let's say he evolved into a sniper. Now he's like maybe 23, 24, 25, and he is a sniper. And he goes snipe, like, let's say 10 people. He done killed 10 people. When he come back home and he's received by the community that he came out of, they never address him as a killer. They never look at him and be like, yo, he killed 10 people. He's a killer. You know what they say? Yo, he killed 10 people over there in Iraq. He killed 10 people over there in Afghanistan. He's a hero. He a hero. They call that man a hero. He's a hero. But you can have one black man coming up inside the hood, right? Battle zone. Inside the black community battle zone, right? He killed one person. The community will be shaped in a way to look at this man as the worst thing that ever happened. Yo, He killer. He should never be let out of prison. He's this type of evil individual. Boom, boom, boom. But yo, what did he kill the person over? Okay, he robbed him and killed him. He was involved in a robbery and he killed this other black man. And that's a fucked up shit too, though. That's a messed up situation, right? Check it out though. When the soldiers go overseas and they go to fight, what are they fighting for? 9 times out of 10, they fighting over something that comes out of the ground, if not the ground itself. Let me say that again. Most of the time, when a soldier on behalf of the United States of America go to another land to fight and ultimately kill some other people over there in that land, they're usually fighting for what's inside the earth, the land, or the land itself. Just like right now, Russia is doing what they're doing with Ukraine. They fighting over the land boundaries. You know what I mean? Russia's saying this part right here that y'all calling Ukraine belong to Russia. They saying this is our shit and we gonna take it back. And they going to fight and kill to get the land back. So this shit happens all over the world, all over the planet. I'm not saying whether it's right or whether it's wrong. That's not my point. My point is that these type of things happen on a global level. But when it happens, when the individual young black person go through this type of experience, he's looked at as being the worst person in the world. So what it be is the black man in America, the black male, he carried a burden of the whole world. All the things that's considered to be wrong in the world, they place it on us. And that's why we feel the pressure. You wondering why you feel all these mental pressures on your brain. You feeling these mental pressures on your brain because the whole world is upon you. And that's because why? You the God. That's the reason why you are the God. The supreme being is you. Are you? However, which way grammar you want to look at it. The supreme being, black man. That which is within us gives us our identity as God. That which is within us, that which is with this part that's covering me, all of this. So my life is a 5%er. Is a summary of everything I just said. Because it's me, my life. AllahKing Wize. This is how I express mathematics. Some people may agree. Some people might don't agree. I don't give a fuck for real. That's how I can get sometimes. Because I be humble. Yo, I can be mad humble. But like, you know what? I'm humble about this. I'm humble about that. Yo, and I don't bite my tongue. And yo, if I be like, yo, this is what I meant by this. I didn't mean this way. I meant this way. Then that's what the fuck I mean. I don't have to be like trying to like hide and be like, yo, if I'm telling you like, you know what? Yo, it wasn't intended to be that way. It wasn't intended. It wasn't intended that way. That's a fact. If I'm telling you, yo, you know what? I didn't intend that to be that way. You get what I'm saying? So, yo, because I come straight up. Like I was in the parliament, I was in parliament the other day in Richmond, and I was like, yo, I done told a white man to his face, yo, you a devil. The ones who moving like that, and I ain't talking about no regular white, I'm talking about whether he's an officer, CO. You know what I'm saying? I done been involved in situations sometime inside in the injustice behind the wall, and I'm addressing an individual C cipher. See, I address the C ciphers. I address the staff. I address the cops when they wrong. Even when I was locked up and officers ain't moving right, doing certain shit wrong, I'm approached that. Like, yo, that ain't right. I was the type of brother that approached those type of things. It didn't even have to do nothing with me personally. I could see something not right happening over here. I had to begin to bring that down because I was getting involved with a lot of things that didn't have nothing to do with me personally. And so I had to choose my battles because now I'm looked at a certain way. I'm already looked at a certain way as I entered into the system. They was looking at me a certain way. Oh, you tried to kill a police officer. Oh, yo, you 5%er. Oh, yo, you a radical. You a revolutionary. That's the title that they put on me when I entered into the system. And then some people might say, oh, yo, you was in the street doing things to black people. You was living a criminal lifestyle. You was having guns, drugs, robbing, kidnapping. Okay. Yeah, I don't deny that. I'm not proud of it. But check this out. I'm not ashamed neither, though. So you can't put that in me. You can't present that to me like you're supposed to shame me a certain way. Oh, I don't want to deal with you because, you did these things in your past. Yo, I don't give a fuck. Like, if you don't want to deal with me, so what? I know who I am. I'm not the type of individual who make my life off of what you think. I deal with those who love me, who show genuine love, and I listen to constructive criticism. So if I realize you care about my well-being, then I take what you say. I even listen to certain things my enemies say. I got people who don't really like me. I pay attention to it though. I listen. Like, yo, I wonder why they don't, you know what I mean? Like, I size it up, but it don't move me where, yo, I'm losing sleep. Like, yo, I can't sleep. I'm stressed out because what he think or what she think. Nah. Yo, that ain't me like that. And I'm a humble individual. I'm very humble. But I'm also firm, and when I stand for what I see as being right and exact. So, when we look at all of this and we look at everything that I'm expressing, I keep marketing this. See, I'm branding this. I'm marketing this. And the reason why I'm doing this is because when you're an entrepreneur, your product that you're putting out, you got to let the people see it. So this is my product. This is my queen's. This her copy, right? I speak about her. I speak about how I met her in here, and it's crazy how I met her. Like, I meet people different ways. Like, my life has always been links and clinks. I be meeting different people. That's why at Mecca Beats American Incorporated, our mission is connecting people with people for the advancement of humanity. Because, that's what we do. We connect with different people and we bring different people together for the advancement of humanity. So, some people, they think because you do a good job as a father to your children, or if you do a good job as a mother to your children, that's supposed to be like you get this grand praise. No, you're doing what you're supposed to do. You ain't did nothing extra. You don't have to do nothing, though. You still got a choice. But if you choose to take care of your child, if you a man, right, and you choose to be a father to your child, from society, you don't get no praise for that. For real, you don't supposed to get no, like, as a mother, and you do what you're supposed to do. And if you're a woman and you being a mother to your child, right, your child can give you some praise for that. But society, you're doing what you're supposed to do. That's what you had it. That's your child. It came from you, right? But if you take care of other children outside of what you biologically gave birth to, now you are outside of what's your immediate responsibility. You get what I'm saying? You don't get no praise for being a good father from society. Like, not for me. Oh, you're a good father. Like, yo, what the fuck? You good? That's what you're supposed to do. That's you taking care of. You're taking care of yourself. Now, if you don't take care of yourself, you should be chastised. If you're a man and you have children and you're not taking care of your children, yes, my opinion, you should be chastised for that because that's you. you neglecting yourself. And if you're a woman and you're not taking care of your children, same thing. But again, you don't get no praise for taking care of your own children. Now, you get some praise if you're taking care of children in your community. You taking on a responsibility where somebody else is slacking in what they're supposed to be doing, and you say, you know what? Let me go to this child. Let me make sure this child has this. Let me depart some knowledge into this child right here to give this child some direction. You going out your way now. But yeah, my life is a 5%er, a 36-chamber disciple. Go get this. Major bank mentality. .company, .site, or DM me on Facebook, AllahKing Wize. Message me on Instagram at Embankment or Major Bank Mentality. YouTube channel, AllahKing Wize. See, I'm branding, marketing. And when it comes to branding and marketing, it's the repetition. Listen to the radio. You hear the same songs over and over, same commercials over and over. It's repetition. You know what I'm saying? It's repetition. It's a science to that. Watch TV, commercials popping up. They even got shows. They play the same shows over and over. For real. On this wisdom, understanding day coming to power. Revilla, you still up there? Yo, you still there? Oh, yeah, he said, remember the intellectual sparring in the cipher. Yeah. But y'all can be able to go back and look at this, because I got to record it. You can go do the knowledge to it. You know, you go do the knowledge to it for yourself. If you didn't catch it live, you go back. And so sometimes, you know, I notice like people be having these platforms, and some people just be up here just being who they are, right? Because that's exactly what I'm doing. And then they be like, you know, follow me here, follow me there. Look at this podcast, yo, come on here. And then this competition start jumping off. Yo, I'm competing with this, competing with that. That's cool. You know, because everybody trying to get the followers up. You know, they're trying to get the numbers up, That's cool. That's business. That's how it goes. I know some people build their whole platform off of like controversy or different things, or, you know, putting other people down just to build themselves up, certain things like that, right? Putting other black people down, you know. And then some black people, you got to criticize them. But I deal with constructive criticism. Because I know the things that we went through in slavery produced a certain type of trauma inside of us. You know, like it say, breaking the psychological chains of slavery. I think that's, who wrote that? I think it's Naeem Akbar. You know, psychological chains of slavery. It's either Carter G. Wilson or Naeem Akbar. But these psychological chains are deeply rooted. And so when you understand the knowledge of self that came to us by Almighty God Allah, you be like, yo, especially if you go study psychology. See, if you study psychology and then go back and look at, because some people look at what Allah the Father did as, oh, it wasn't really nothing. You know, y'all did this and got this. I hear certain people that be hating on the gods, right? Say crazy ass shit. I ignore it sometimes. Sometimes I engage, let's say a little something, but you know, they be saying certain things. But I guarantee you, if you were to go study psychology and look at the basics of psychology and the brain operation and how people remember things, how people develop their ideas, their self-awareness, their self-identity, and things like that, you will be able to understand why Almighty God Allah came to us with supreme mathematics and supreme alphabets and gave us 120 lessons. Because keep in mind, what we call 120 lessons, the Nation of Islam calls supreme wisdom. That's a part of their supreme wisdom. It's like a collection of different degrees. 120, what we call 120 is just a part of the whole thing that they call the Supreme Wisdom Department. So the Father chose certain things to give to us for the reasons that he saw necessary to bring about what he's seen as gods and earths. Right? When you study that from a psychological standpoint, the profession of psychology, you'd be like, wow, that's powerful. Powerful, supremely powerful. Even when you go look at the ancient cultures of Kemet, the Taoist systems, the Tantra systems, the Buddhist system, these systems that deal with esoteric knowledge that go inside your mind, subconscious, and meditation and yoga and all that. If you were to look at that and then cross-reference it with what Allah, the Father, brought to those young teenagers, like, wow, that's profound. That's profound because he gave us certain tools, keys, 36 keys. I'm saying 36 chamber disciple. Allah the Father gave us 36 keys. I was building with some older guy. He's like, yo, I never heard of 36 keys. Right? Yo, okay, check it out. It's basic. Supreme mathematics is 10 principles. Supreme alphabets is 26 principles. 10 plus 26 is 36. I mean, that's like basic mathematics right there. And some people say, oh, well, what are you talking about the 36 chambers? Yo, it's universal. Yeah, it's considered to be a martial arts system. It's considered to be, something that the Chinese were dealing with, but the Japanese got 36 chambers too. It's like, it's deeper than what you think it is. Even though, yeah, RZA presented it to the world on a major level, Wu-Tang Clan on a major level, but did you hear what the God said though? I mean, you might didn't even read the manual. And I'll be telling people like, yo, to me, in my mind and heart, it's like, yo, this manual was written for me. Because when I picked it up and I'm like, oh shit, you get what I'm saying? I'm already was building with my man Napoleon. He already had linked me to RZA a certain way. I'm locked up at this time though. And I'm still trying to add on to the plans that we had, made prior. But nevertheless, 36 connect different ways. So I was given 36 years. Read the manual. I mean, not the manual. Yeah, read the manual too, though. But this right here, my life is a 5% of the 36 chamber disciple. And what I do is I take my history, my experiences, I build off of them. I build off every aspect of my experience different ways. It's some things I didn't put in this book. Some people may wonder, yo, why you didn't put this part in here? Why you put that part in there? I chose to put in there what I chose to put in there. That's the way I chose to do it. For the purposes that I have. That's bigger than what individuals may think because it's about a collective whole. When I move for a collective whole. I don't just move for me. If I was just moving for me, right, I could be like, you know what? I'm gonna act like I'm a preacher. I could go up in a church. I know the Bible front to back. If I was just moving for me and want to get some material stuff, I just act like I'm a preacher. I could act like I'm what? I could go join the Nation of Islam if I chose to. I could go join Blood Gang if I chose to. I could become a blood if I was chosen. Individuals tried to get me to be Crip, blood, all type of shit. Yo, Wize, yo, man, yo, we'll give you this, we'll do that. Get down with us. Moors, yo, brother, come over here with us. I remain in the 5% nation of gods and earths. This is where I choose to give my life, my sacrifice, my death to. But I could have chose many different things. I became God at 15 and I remain to this day. When you have people moving astray, going and becoming all other type of shit, I remain. So yo, I don't look for nothing for that neither though. I don't look for the give me. I don't look for no praise from. Only praise I look for is from my woman and the children. I don't look for praise from no grown adult people. The women and the children. That's what I look for, because that's the honor. That's the inspiration. It's like cheerleader. It's psychological. Why you think when you watch the sports, they got cheerleaders out there? Psychological. They got pretty cheerleaders out there for the team, to like be motivated, inspired. It don't matter how hard they cheer, that don't mean they're gonna win. That's why I tell people that's how prayer is. Yo, let's pray. We're gonna pray. Pray. Okay, yeah. You still gotta activate physically something because you just praying about it. That's just like a cheerleader. You just making a request. You just sparking up certain type of energy. You get inspired. You this prayer. You like, oh Lord, now okay. You got to be able to execute, carry it out, because it's a certain type of way things process. It's a certain type of way things evolve. Yo, my life as a 5%er, 36 chamber disciple. My life as a 5%er. And yo, don't get that album too though, The Brotherhood. And that's on the major platforms, Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, Amazon Music, go look it up, man. My life is a 5%. There's 7 tracks. I got 7 tracks up there, and I'm coming back with something even more. It's up in the pot. I'm mixing it up. I'm whipping it up now. I'm coming up with something that is in motion. So it's probably going to be around the fall sometime when this material come out. Cause we building. It's a builders build. Where we build this building. Major bank mentality. We build this building. That's major bank mentality. Major bank mentality. Neckabees American Incorporated. I don't even go around and be like, I'm the CEO of Neckabees. Sometimes I express it, sometimes I don't. Because one thing I noticed this from the street. Advocate yourself and express yourself and with enthusiasm, you attract hate. That's a process that goes on inside the people's mind. And when you attract that type of thing, you got to be willing to withstand that type of, you got to be able to withstand that type of pressure because people come with hate. So now people want to do you harm. That's how that goes. So, people look at you like, man, who this nigga think he is? Or like, they envying what you have. They envying how you move. They jealous of what, is going on in your life. They want to see you fail. The brain poison kick in. Now they want to see you lose. I ain't that type of individual. I look at the devil civilization that must fall. White supremacy in particular. Because you propose a threat to my existence. So, and not just me physically, individually, but as a collective. So, you got this little nigga over here, he mad at you, whatever. Okay, whatever, nigga. Look at it like that, right? I ain't got no beef with you for real. Like, my own people, like, I ain't really, you're not my enemy for real, but you can become the enemy when you try to propose a threat to my physical existence. You just talking shit and all that. Okay, whatever. But we have a common enemy who want to get rid of our children's future of being successful, meaning that they're not wage workers like slaves to them. So we trying to put our children in a position of freedom, being free. And I'm saying free is you not busting your ass for these white motherfuckers over here making all this money off your labor. And you trying to figure out why you so drained, where your energy at. Because you working on the clock for these devils who never had in their mind any intent to free us from the institution of slavery. So they always modifying and restructuring the same institution in a different form, but with the same theme, slave labor. Meaning that you will work and work and work, and you will not receive the adequate amount of pay for your work. You will receive the lowest grade and quality of life. Different class levels. It's different layers of currents in society. I could go on and on and on and on with this, but I gave you some now, yo. Again, my life is a 5%er. Major bank mentality .company.site. Yo, see what everybody talking about. This shit makes some people mad. This will make some people happy. You know what I'm saying? It's positive and negative. It's duality in life. You can't please everybody. You try to please everybody, you please nobody. The main people you want to please is yourself and your family. Everybody else out there, yo, fuck them. That's how I look at it. I please myself first. That's Allah God. I'm pleasing God first. My family. You get what I'm saying? My family, my brotherhood, my nationhood. And it's like degrees to it. There's different ways, you know, how it scales out, how you prioritize it. You know? So there's some people at work right now. You know, they're not able to be on live. I'm at work now too. This is part of my work. Like this, what I do what I love. And that's building. Build is build. That's how that goes. So I challenge everybody. I'm gonna leave you with this. This is what I challenge everybody to. My black family. Yo, for the black nation, the black family. That's what I challenge you to, man. Yo, and those who support the black family, like my man, yo, Revilla, you support the black. You get what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's peace. So, you talk about the wisdom understanding. God, you know, major bank mentality right here, right hand man. What you talking about? Wisdom understanding? Okay. Above the class entertainment. Okay, peace. I was about to get off. I can stay on a little bit more. Because we got some more people that came on. But yeah, but I'm gonna get on like I'm gonna close out with this, but I'm gonna make it kind of like expanded the closing. So I challenge us, black people, the black family, the black nation. This is what I challenge to right here, right? Oh, you at work too, Revilla? Okay, yeah, peace, yeah. But yo, this is what I challenge. This is what I challenge to, right? Yo, give your brother and sister a pass. Show mercy to your brother, to your sister. I'm saying more black. To your black brother, to your black. I ain't talking about your immediate, like biological. When you into a conflict with a black person, right? Show some mercy. I'm not saying not be firm and stern on your stance wherever you stand it, but show some mercy. Because Allah is most merciful. Show some mercy. When I'm saying show some mercy, yo, don't be so quick. And yo, I have a problem with this too, though. So I ain't just speaking from just saying, you know, something that yo, I understand. I'm aware though. Show mercy to your black brother and black sister. Now, on the other side, when you want to deal with competition, when you want to compete, you know who you should compete with? This is who you should compete with. JP Morgan Bank. Sam Walton Walmart. Jeff Bezos Amazon. Some people, yo, and I'm calling these names out. They probably say, yo, we try to sue you to speak these names out. I don't give a fuck about that. Because it's these individuals, these are white people. They created white dynasties, right? At the expense of black misery. If you want to compete with somebody and don't even have in your mind, yo, how can I compete with JP Morgan Bank? How can I compete with, you know, Walmart? How can I compete with Amazon? If you got in your mind that you can't compete with them, you don't know who you really are. You have no idea who you really are if you feel inferior to Walmart. If you feel inferior to Amazon. If you feel inferior to any white institution, you don't know who you really are. And I'm going to tell you why I said that. If you know for a fact that you are the original, if you know for a fact you are the father and mother of civilization, then you know that you can crush all that shit. Because all they did was took our knowledge, a portion of our knowledge, and extract from it their world of luxury. So check it. We live in the wilderness. They say the wilderness of North America, right? It said I came to the wilderness of North America by myself. The wilderness. Look at the root word of wilderness. What's the root word of wilderness? Somebody hit me in the chat. What's the root word to wilderness? The root word, I mean, it's simple. I mean, you know it, but like, yo, I'm getting engaged in a dialogue almost. The root word to wilderness. Right? The root word. Wild. Exactly. Wild. It's the root word to wilderness. I'm going to hit you to a mean jewel right here. We are the father of civilization. And what that means is prior to there being civilization, it had to be a wilderness there first. In order for the terminology to be used to describe our identity and a process that we went through, and the sum total of that process being we are the father of civilization, that means we had to go institute knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, power, equality. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, power. You see what I'm saying? Refinement. We had to go civilize the wild. We had to go civilize the wild. And the world is falling into our hands because the people may think they got all the material things and they feeding it to us for prices that they setting to squeeze out of us, right? But then the shit that they doing is creating so much havoc on the planet where it's bloodshed, 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 wilding, more beasts, more savage. Who gonna civilize this shit? Who gonna be the father of this civilization? That shit that they got in their mind can't do it. I don't give a fuck if you went to Yale, Harvard, Princeton. That stuff they teaching was not designed to be suffice for this day and time. The knowledge of self, the knowledge of God, the black man, supreme being black man, is the knowledge that will bring civilization in the wilderness. With these young brothers wilding, white boys wilding, people shooting up shit, people hooked on all type of drugs and shit, mental health issues. Who gonna be the father of the civilization? So we're gonna show and prove through our ways and actions who the real fathers of the planet is. Because the knowledge that they have in their world was not designed to be able to be bringing peace in this day and time. So it's deteriorating. It's falling apart. And while it's falling apart, I'm like, yo, I'm peace. Because I know who I am. I don't believe it. I don't think it. The wild. We got to go into the wild. You got to get down in the wild and bring peace in the wild. You got to be a father. Because, yo, knowledge and wisdom of the original man first started. That was Mecca. That means there was no knowledge there first then. If the knowledge and wisdom first started, right? The planet was first found, right? That means what? Something was not really all the way right there yet. But then we came and established something that these people still in honor of in secrecy. They studying our shit in secrecy. They don't know how we did it. The pyramids and all those things were landmarks as signs of how you construct God. They trying to figure out how to build a physical structure of the pyramid. Fuck the physical structure. How do you build a person's mind up? How do you build a character up? How do you bring up God within that's buried in the subconscious mind inside a young black boy and raise it up? That's resurrection. That's the science right there. That's the real science. How do you do that? We got the answer. The 36 keys of the law the Father gave us. We have that. My life is a 5%er, 36 Shame Disciple. Peace.